Hi lovelies, welcome to Itza Nails. In this video I'm going to be sharing how I removed my daughter's gel mani that I did a few weeks ago and how I turned it into a completely new set, including some tips and tricks I've learned along the way about removing these types of manicures with gel polish and 3D. So stay tuned and I hope you enjoyed this video. Well, to start off, I'm going to be using or showing you the tools that I'll be using, which is this electric nail file with a 3D carbide bit, with the carbide bit that I'm going to use to remove the 3D. But first I'm going to go and remove off all the stones. And let me show you, I'm going very gently over the 3D, the flower, and then also look at how I'm holding her finger. That way I have more control and I'm able to protect her sides of her skin so that I don't accidentally go in and damage her. And also it's easier for us to maneuver. And let me show you this bit right here that I'm using. It's also a carbide bit, but it's the protective one, the one that has like the little cone. And I can go around the edges right there like I'm showing you. Just around, it allows me to get closer to the cuticle area without hurting her, but you still gotta be careful. So after I've removed that, I'm gonna actually soak off the gel, and I'm using these soak off clips. You can find a link to these items down below in the description bar. It's for my Amazon favorites that I found on Amazon, so you can probably get these shipped anywhere. I do like them. They're much more practical, much more easier to clean up and not such a mess and less product waste. But anyways, I am just, after like 5-10 minutes that they were soaking, I just go in and remove them. This gel was super easy. It kind of just flakes off without doing any damage to her natural nail. Here I'm just like fine-tuning, cleaning up the edges, giving it a light file. Just have to be very light. Don't be heavy-handed because the last thing you want to do is damage natural nails. So after I've removed the dust, I am doing my own dehydrator. I have a video. I can link it up at the top if you guys want to see how I did my home dehydrator, and that way you save some money. But then afterwards I just put some nail primer, and I just put one healthy coat in all fingers. And then once I'm done with all 10 fingers, I go back and actually start laying the base, which I'm going to be using Kiara Sky for this manicure. I have the base coat and also the color. For the base coat, for any of the coats, I like to do thin coats and make sure I cover the free edge. That way it has a better seal and less likely to chip so soon. But as you can see, I'm just doing a light coat on all fingers or all nails, including the free edge, and then I'm going to cure it in the lamp. But before I do cure it in the lamp, I need to first make sure that there's no gel around any of her little fingers. But yeah, and then after I proceed to putting it in the lamp, then I can start with the color. And as well, specifically with darker colors, it's very best to do very thin layers. You're not going to get the ideal color that you want in the first time, so you will need most likely more than one coat, and it's better to do several coats but thin coats. Otherwise you're going to have problems with it bubbling up or not curing properly or chipping. Just so many issues that can be resolved by simply doing several thin coats, and always making sure I clean around the edges so that that also doesn't cause any lifting. So I've cured it, and this is the second coat, just so you guys have an idea of how many coats you need. I think on average for Kiara Sky, I do 2 to 3 coats, no more. It usually gets a good opaque color, opaque color, not consistency. Now this is the manicure that she wanted. It's so rare for her to pick dark colors, or especially for me, it's hard for me to see her in dark colors, but hey, she wanted this, and with all this coronavirus thing going on that they're not going to school, I said, yeah, why not? Let me just do her the favor of doing her nails the way exactly she wanted them, and she liked them. Speaking of which, I hope everybody's staying safe and being cautious and thinking about others so that you don't get yourself or others sick. Today is the day that I was sent home from work because working in the field that I do, I have to be very mindful and they're putting many rules to keep people safe. And so I started with a few symptoms, and now I'm homebound. But anyways, moving on to the design. Now I'm putting my top coat, very thin coats. Now you see, after before I added the glitter, I did not remove the sticky layer. I left it on, and I added my glitters, and then I cured it again, and then I went ahead over with the clear top coat to actually seal the glitter. And that's just how I usually do it, and I don't have any issues. But sometimes you notice that with glitter, it tends to kind of have pieces that stick up and you can feel them, and it doesn't kind of encapsulate the way acrylic would when using just gel polish. So as you can see, I'm gonna feel over, and I can feel those little rough edges of the glitter that I know that weren't sealed. So what I've learned is just get a little light buffer like this and just gently buff. Just be careful, you don't want to over buff. Of course, this is after you've cured it in the lamp. And so I'm going to do that, remove all of the dust and feel around again, make sure it's completely smooth. And then once I verify that it's smooth and it has no dust, I go in and put the final top coat of the gel top coat. Once again, just making sure that it's not too thick and that I sealed the edges. But this is the final look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this simple but cute gel manicure. If you guys have any requests, leave them down below. She was pretty happy with her nails, and that's what matters the most to me, is that she actually liked them, which she did. And stay tuned, because next video will be an acrylic design. See you guys. Thanks for watching.